Alright, I think I'm done. And I whiffed the timer button, so it's whatever. Wherever we are, we are. It's up, it's ready. Let's just go ahead and do the things. So, I said I was going to show this off yesterday at the... there is already a web page of that. Okay, that's the page you're looking at. Okay. So let's refresh this, get it updated, because it's missing a lot of data. Alright, so we got a Agris run in yesterday, normal server. I didn't go for anything crazy. I didn't feel like doing it. So we got a little spike of higher end money making, but it's whatever. Ignore that. But what's funny is with Agris, we're roughly making the same thing per hour as we did yesterday. So this is what's really important to look at here is the Atanis element drop. We're at 7.1 an hour. We've recorded 156 of the 200 and whatever I had from Polly's Forest. Averaging 29 Kaffers an hour. But this is the crazy thing when we look at just my numbers here. It doesn't really... Like, if we look at the average of 88, it doesn't matter where you grind. You're roughly getting the same thing. It comes down to how many mobs you end up killing. And we've been staying pretty close to that 29, 31,000 range per hour. It really depends on how I'm trying to do with stamina. Really determines that number. So, obviously we had a spike in trash because I did the Agris hour. But it's fine. We have to burn it at some point in some place, and there was no way I could burn 100,000 Agris anywhere quickly other than doing this. And it only lasts for about 45 minutes. I was just approaching, I think I just rolled 44 minutes, or 46 minutes when that final, like, 100 burned off. But whatever, 45 minutes to burn 100,000 Agris. Again, the money's very deceiving here. When you look at the silver per hour, it's actually a lot less. It's 600 mil without it. It was 500 mil. You know, we're averaging 524 an hour, 469, 473, 452, 549. So it's kind of moving around, and it's all very dependent on the difference. The discrepancy in money comes down to basically from the pure force breath over determines the discrepancy of money. Everything else from the voodoo doll forward is all average. It really doesn't matter. And today I think I'm going to show this, and we're going to do the 3 hours today on the normal server. Just chill grind. Not gonna worry about. Actually, I am gonna go grab the EXP buff. We're gonna go grab the. I'm not gonna grab any of the others. It's not worth. But I will grab the 10 mil version of this. Just because she'll sit on a dummy regardless. So today's grind is going to be focused around collecting the data off of Arsha with the same drop rate. We would like to get at least one of these in before this drop rate ends, just to show that it really isn't that much different. So you can't say, oh, well, that was because you had the 350 Arsha buff, or the 330 Arsha buff, or whatever it is resting. Y'all can see it. I'm just moving over to the place, and then we'll finish talking, because who knows if somebody's actually here or not. It is 6:50 in the morning on the East Coast, which means it's 3, almost 4 in the morning. That should be mine. Yeah, that's my campsite. So we got a couple things we want to do real quick before we get our grind going. One is we need to delete the artifact. 2, we need pet food. Honestly, I'm just going to carry it all on me at this point. There's no point in this. So, let's see. Let's spend our energy. We need to do Moodle, and I need to get Garmoth off. But yeah, y'all can basically see there that the goal today is to show the difference in drops. Isn't that much different. And but we need a consistent, we need to have a couple tests from both sides to show this off. So, check our worker, 600, that's enough to get us through that. Go ahead and top that off for the day. So, turn that on. We're at 210, or we're gonna be at 260 or 250 for the day. We're not gonna count the night buff, even though we're gonna get most all of it. Night just turned over, so we're about like 10 minutes into night. But we are going to, oh yeah, I need to go grab Valencia real quick and drop the energy off in the node. Invest. We're gonna grind with the life buff so that we get the +1 energy rate. We're going to, I meant to look to see. Somebody said that there's an energy food. So I want to quickly look. I don't want to take too much time because I don't want to like waste that entire thing. I'm assuming this thing's gonna be expensive. Because if you can get energy per tick, that's kind of gross. Okay, another Commissylve meal. I think they're capping. I'm not gonna lie. Because I've never seen it. I know there's whale meat salad, but that adds just flat energy to you. It doesn't add an energy recovery rate. Because it's this. Right here. Fresh whale meat salad. It just gives you 20 max energy. It does not actually give you, it's not straight energy. Okay, so let's grab our shop. Get that buff. We are going to feed our pets. Yeah, it's fine. We'll run that food. It doesn't matter. All right. So we're grinding at 260, but we're gonna say it's 250.5. We're not gonna. For the 3 hours that we're gonna be grinding, that night buff isn't gonna be really valuable to us. So today is gonna be interesting. We need this test in order to be able to prove a hypothesis of what we're saying. As long as it averages in the grind of the 3 hours today, as long as it averages at the minimum of 15 total, which is 5 an hour, it proves my point. So, because that keeps it within the margin of the window on the low end side of things, because the average of people say is 5 to 7 an hour here, and that's what Garmoth shows. So we're hoping to show a 15 to 21 Atanis Elements at the end of the 3 hours today. And as soon as we loot one, we'll get it up and put it in its usual spot. Speak of the devil. Alright. Item count. Alright, put that right there. And now the grind for the day is just chill, sit back, talk, hang out. All that good stuff. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Yeah, it's a grind. I'm grateful that Atanis Element decided to show up in the first rotation of the mushrooms. Now that allows us to, because I went at dinner, when I did the one after dinner for the Agris grind, I went 36 minutes without finding one. And then they all hit within 15 minutes. And I was like, wait, what is this crap? All, I think 6 hit within 15 minutes of each other. Because I was like, oh wow, I still got like 10 minutes left. There's a chance I actually get 7 an hour. Nope, that was it. It was done. I had gotten everything. I had drained and squished out all the Atanis Element from these poor little mushrooms. So this will be the control for our Arsha grind for the rest of the week. Maybe I'll do tomorrow, since tomorrow's my off day. I might try to do 3 1 hours at some point, if I can get that off. I'm not 100% sure. I'll get at least 1 at dinner. I just don't know if I'll be able to get 3 hours tomorrow. It's like, only reason I'm getting 3 hours right now is because of stream. And I'll tell you what, I'm ready to do other things, but if we're gonna do this, this is the place to do it. This is the time to do it. This is the only place I have to do this. So we're taking a lot of time away from things that I want to do to get this over with. Then we can get to do stuff randomly and occasionally here that we actually want to do. You know? But this will be over and done with, and when we reach the goal of 600, Black Desert gets the back burner for a while. Probably go back, do some Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, go be a pirate, a privateer, a respectable person who sails the 7 seas. Get back to our Minecraft, which Minecraft's still going to be around on Wednesdays regardless because of the server maintenance. And then we have we'll have to figure out what else we want to do. So many hours, it's a masterpiece. It is. It's a good one. I really enjoyed it, but I will say it's because I'm probably not far enough in. I still like Odyssey the best out of them all. I really, and I mean, it may be just because I really like Greek historical lore like that, Greek Roman lore. So I was like all for it. So, and And I hope I would enjoy, at some point when we go do Valhalla, I know people said it's not that great, but my goal is that it has some of that Norse mythology in it that still makes it cool to play at some point. And we also have something else that's looming on the plate that I've got to think about. I've had several people express their desires, let's say, to have me play Final Fantasy XIV from its entirety. So, I have to weigh that one out. That's a tough pill to swallow for me. Start completely over and do the story front to back. So, we'll see. That one is got no guarantees on right now. Whoops, wrong one. I meant to do this. Now we go to the shield chase. Ugh. So how's your day going, Omen? How's life across the pond today? Also, I'd just like to point out it's 4 a.m. and it's completely bright. Easy. Work was hell today. I'm sorry. But at least you're home. Now you're able to relax and enjoy the rest of your afternoon and evening. You know, that nap sounded quite good. You mentioned yesterday. Go lay down if you're that tired, man. Sit back, relax, and just decompress after a day. Also, just curious, are you, you do lurk in channels for 2 hours, right? Daily? To get the Twitch drop? To get those Twitch seals? Gotta get that outfit. Cool. I'm sitting there going, that's probably gonna be Cronstones. That's probably gonna be Cronstones. Unless it's like a premium outfit that's like not run often for your class, then alright, I might actually use it. But if it's like Valkyrie Enslar, I'm gonna be like, alright, well, that's going to Cronstones. Hello, how much longer will the Twitch drop be here for? I have no idea. I only discovered the Twitch drop about a week and a half ago. I will be 100% real. I think when it there's a thing on the website that says I think it was on the when you go to claim it, it says it expires like the something about it expires something like end of March. They added another reward for 80. I honestly think it's a quite clever idea to do a Twitch drop like that. So if Twitch seals are here to stay for a bit, you might as well sit back and enjoy and reap the rewards. Also, Omen, just wanted to say, you are 1000% correct on things being messed up. So yeah, they added a premium seal, event made, higher box, blessing of old moon, 7 days, and help. Yeah, they've added another thing. At the time, I didn't realize what you were talking about, and then now I realize they definitely have screwed with the menus, and yes, it sucks. I believe you have time too. I don't think you're really that far out. Like, I think this will be a long-term event. Kind of like the Shakatu seals, I think this will be here for quite a while. Because I'll be real, when you brought it up, I actually hadn't opened the thing, or when I did, I opened it from the maid and I didn't really think twice about it. But yes, no, it sucks. It's not that I can't see that it's switched, but it's like muscle memory after how long of using that crap, and it's like, here's a useless change. Because we like having it on this side now. Well, you know what? I don't. How about this? I'll give you one better. Let me pick what side it stays on. So this way, if my brain says it should be over here, let it be over here. If my brain says it wants to be over there, let me put it over there. If I want to stack them on top of each other, let me do that. Let me choose. Do not determine. Do not tell me what to do. I swear. So here is where I have a weird thing about grinding polys. There's a part of me that's like, we gotta smash mobs. Alright? So, you know, we gotta go like, full re. We know we just gotta sit here and go, just plow through them all. But then I look around me and I see all the little glittering crap behind me and I'm going, that's probably an Atanis element. So it's like, I have to figure out the pace of what is worth, like, blasting through this crap. Like, how hard in the paint do I have to go? To, like, get the best of both worlds. Like, I'm still being efficient and fast, but I'm not leaving, you know, 800 Atanis elements behind on the ground. Because I'm 100% certain when I really, like, start plowing into it. Yeah, Prades is not as good for a Valkyrie. I looked at the math for Valkyries there. It is not Valkyrie friendly. Plus, my level 20 node here and all that stuff, actually, I'm averaging, my average is higher than every Valkyrie's here than at Prades. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't need to just absolutely blast through this. Which is kind of like why you see me not, like, My average silver, I don't give a crap about. But it's about 500 mil an hour is what I'm averaging. And that's without the pity piece, by the way. Like 480 to 570 is the rough per hour here. It really just comes down to how many of these shrooms do I blast through in that time period. Plus, my saving grace here is the Marnie's box. That, you know, how people are like, well, you should go get a tongue, you can go get tongue grad rings at Prodi. Well, son, I looted a duo tongue grad belt the other day. Let me know if you can loot a duo tongue grad belt. Actually, I'm sure it probably has a Marnie thing. Most of these lower end grind spots do. But that's the saving grace here, is I could loot those just as well here. Plus, two things. One, let's talk about the obvious. I have a level 20 node here. Let's talk about the unobvious. I don't have a level 20 node at Prodi's. Next up, it's not as Valkyrie friendly when you look at the Garmoth reports. And I mean, we're talking all of them. I have the paid subscription, so I can look at what everybody's doing per hour. Prodi's for Valks is not being reported nearly as good. There are some really good runs, don't get me wrong. Like, there's some that compete with what I'm doing here. But I don't have to sail my happy butt out to the island to go take care of it. I can ride... I literally jump off the mountain and then ride maybe 15 seconds to Polly's Forest. So... And then for today, we're doing this not on Arsha, so we're losing 80... Or, well, actually, we should only be losing today 50% drop rate. Just to get a consistent... So we have... so that we have an equal... At least 1 or 2 days on an equal drop rate with the 33 drop rate. Just to say we did it, we might go back and do the... I've got one more of those stupid drop rate things, so... we may try to actually just slam max drop rate and do Arsha one more time. Just to see if there is anything, but so far there has been nothing showing that drop rate affects Atanis at all. Every day I get a little more convinced Atanis is outside the actual drop rate, and it's its own unique drop rate that cannot really be influenced. What we see is the high and the low of the drop rate. That is what we actually end up seeing. We don't actually see a loot scroll infecting it. We don't see Arsha affecting it, or random drop rate buff. You know, your crystal, whatever you want to say that you have that increases drop rate. Maybe at the best, I would have to... This would be really hard to test. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to test, but it would be an awkward test. Is to do a with level 20 node and a completely pulled node, so a no investment node. That might be where the difference is. So, like, does the node itself give the buff to that, where all these excess buffs just don't seem to be doing anything for the Atanis element? So, a couple things that I've noticed, just because people like bringing up Prodi Cave. There's actually a couple different things. So, if you're looking for Atanis elements, and you know you're going to take it on a slight loss, but you want to make more money per hour, Kadri's is actually the place to go. Kadri's, you'll actually earn more per hour because of the scrolls written in ancient language and the Kadri ring than you will here. But you're going to take a loss in money when it comes to Khafras and Khafra dust. At Polly's, you're going to get more... The average is showing a higher Atanis element drop with a higher Khafra's drop. So depending on where you're at, that could be better. If you look at something like Prodi makes very good money per hour. Also, supposedly, according to the rating on Garmoth, it's great for combat EXP. Now, I can't confirm that because I hadn't been there, but it's a 3-starred combat EXP area. So, you're gaining combat EXP, you're losing a little bit on the Atanis drop rate, while it still can get into the average of this. You have the Tungrad ring drop. So, yes, your money per hour will be better there. But you're not getting, you're getting, let's just say the term we should use is below average. Caphras and Spirit Dust drop. Now, when I say below average, it just means we're hitting we're staying in a very consistent average of in between the low and the middle end of polys. So it's still good. It's just, but if we're looking at where we are at, it seems to be slightly below average. Then there are spots where you can actually make more Caphras per hour and more money per hour, but you're going to lose out on the Atanis element completely. Like, you'll get the average of 3. So, it comes down to, hey, we finished that Marnie Stone off. Hooray! So there we may have money. Honestly, I could just technically sporadically grind over to that thing, killing mob to mob. But I think what we'll do is we'll wait for this hour, and then we might just go run over and pop it real quick. Because I don't know if you can loot another one while you have one in your inventory, like active. The Greater Marnie Stones are too new for me. So it's not like I've looted one while I still had one. I've always, just like the Centaurs, when I did the back-to-back Centaur ones. I just finished it, turned it in, and then not even 10 minutes back in the grind spot, I looted another one. Now, here's the thing. Could I have looted it while I was there? Maybe. But I had no way to know. And then the final thing you have to take into consideration is grind spot per class. So, Cadres is a horrible place for me as a Valkyrie. But if you are one of those gotta go fast zoomer classes, then Cadres is great because of how you can dash through all those staircases so much easier. For a Valk, it's so stamina intensive to move through that place. I can still do well, but it's not like, it's not as easy and fluid to jump pack to pack like I can here in this open field. This makes it a lot easier to navigate. Now, as something we talked about earlier, is the obsessive need to just do this. You know, just click and just hold, and we just, like, go full bore through mobs. Like, I don't have to do that, you know, consistently here, because I am leaving stuff behind. But you gotta know where to, basically, you kinda gotta know where to do it. Like right here, when I get done doing this, you're gonna see a trail of crap behind me. Somewhere in that is an Atanis element. I guarantee it. At some point, during my grind, all that crap I left behind, there's gonna be an Atanis element or two in it. So it's finding that balance of getting all my crap picked up, and where do we go? So just because a Musa can pull, you know, 6,000 more trash an hour here, okay, or I think actually the Musa here is 4,000 trash more than me. How much of that is he leaving behind? Because I promise you, it's not for T5 pets and T4 pets on stun. It's literally, I kill this stuff so fast that I cannot get any more per hour. That I'm basically locked in to a fixed drop rate. Like, my average, no matter how I do, will be somewhere between 29 and 31,000. So my goal is to stay somewhere in that, and I'm happy. I know my lane. Which is, shockingly, this is why I don't trust Garmoth's numbers completely without doing a little bit of research on it. Is there are Valkyries doing this where they're only getting 21,000 loot per hour. And I'm going, do you not know what pets are? Do you turn your pets on? Do you feed them? Are you manually picking this crap up off the ground? So they're giving Valkyries a bad name. But I also realize I have a T5 pet and 4 T4s. But this is also 2024. Fix your crap. It'd be really cool if they made picks up rare items first. I was just thinking that yesterday. But then I looked at that, and I looked at the code and how this actually works. So, from my understanding, talking to people who have done the research on this, aka cracked the game open, we don't actually, the pet doesn't know what the loot is, okay? There's no way for that to determine it. It's when the pet picks up the loot, it rolls the dice on the calculator, basically. And in that time, the moment the pet picks it up is when the loot is determined. So, if you're grinding around and you talk about, we've always talked about this back in the day of, running behind your friend who's grinding and then you loot the rare item. It's not that he missed the loot of the rare item. It just means your pet rolled the dice and you looted the rare item. That's all that means. It doesn't mean that I left an ogre ring or I left a witch earring or what have you of whatever it was in the time. It didn't mean that one left that behind. It's just when you picked up the loot, the pet rolled the dice and it was whatever rare item you were searching for. So it's technically impossible to do that from my understanding of how pets work in this game. So what would be more beneficial than just having them pick up rare loot, is to honestly just have give us another pet. One more pet slot to be able to have 6 out would do more, I think, for us overall than having a rare loot pickup first type mechanic. Well, it's not even just go as fast as you can, because that's where we're stuck here. We're stuck at having to go slower to make sure we pick all the trash up. Or as much of it as we can. Alright, we'll wait till Twitch chat comes back from the ad break there, and we'll continue on that thought. We got 20 seconds left. Alright, y'all should be back from ads now, so I'll finish that thought real quick. So, basically, if there was anything that was cut off, I was saying it's not as good to go full balls out like this. Doing this, going as fast as you can, mob through mob through mob, isn't necessarily as good. Because if you look back behind, there is glittering crap all around. and you want to make sure that you want to grind at a pace to where your pets are picking up every piece of trash loot. If all your trash loot's getting picked up, then great, keep going. But the moment you hit the point where you're leaving crap behind, you're grinding officially, I think, too fast for your pets. But in a lot of these other spots, like let's say Mirmok, there's no way I can grind that outside the pace of my pets. Absolutely no way. I will pick up 100% of my stuff all the time. So at that point, yes, the answer would be go 100% as hard as you can, as fast as you can, and kill everything as possibly in the fastest and shortest period of time. Because as long as your pets are picking everything up, you're going at the maximum efficiency. At a place like here, where I'm at Polly's, with my class, I have to kind of drag a little bit. Just to make sure I'm getting most. Doesn't have to be all, but as long as I leave 1, maybe 2 behind, it's not really that bad. Plus, it's also a stamina thing. You know, that's really what it comes down to. It is a definite stamina thing. So, unlike the original version of being able to do this, it was disgusting. Once you got in it, it was in it. As long as you were hitting a mob, it stayed at its maximum efficiency of how the skill worked. Now, once you get down and you're not grabbing mobs, it really starts chugging. But this is still just disgustingly broken to do this. Which has made me wonder, because I thought about when we hit the MP pot, we thought about bringing, or at least I thought about bringing my Ranger here. Because supposedly Ranger can do a little bit better than Valkyrie. And just to give you guys something else to look at for a little while. Because the one thing that stops me from using Ranger are MP pots. Because what we would do is we would just tag the Ranger to this and run through here for a while on it. But we'll see, because that means I'd have to untag my wizard, which is my boss ult, and a self-sustaining boss ult, honestly. So, super broken, just hold a couple buttons. Oh yeah, I've seen Zerkers grind. It's nuts to see y'all spend to win. Your rush to your spin to win button is quite nasty. But, fun fact, Zerker doesn't perform as well here as Valkyrie. Why? I have no idea. I literally was looking at the data of the Zerkers to the Valkyries, and a Valkyrie outperforms a Zerker here quite a bit. And I'm like, why? Are they rushing too much? Are the people that are grinding on Zerkers grinding on like lower tier characters, like with not like good pets? Like, I couldn't figure out what's been going on here of why. I would have thought a Zerker would have been up there at the top 3. Like, if I was to guess top 3 without looking at Garmoth, I would have assumed Musa number 1, hands down. Zerker and Valkyrie I thought would have fought for 2. And Ranger would have been up there in top 3. No, it is, I believe according to Garmoth right now, it's Musa, Ranger, Lon, and I think one other, and then it's Valkyrie. And the difference between the top 3, the bottom 3 of the top 3, so anything outside top 1 is within 2,000 trash of each other, is the difference of the spread. But then it drops off significantly per hour when you go look at the data. Like, then it drops down like 6,000 trash difference. Quite a big, like, that's actually noticeable. 2,000, I could, my spread is 2,000. Because it's low 29,000 to high, almost 32,000. So it's roughly like 2,300 I have as a difference. It just depends on how RNG decides to roll the, it's the difference in rolling the low end of the trash loot or the high end of the trash loot. That's what it comes down into. Averaging 3K above trash and Garmoth. That's good. And I think a lot of that comes down, I think what part of the issue with Garmoth are the pets. I think that's really gotta be it. The people who aren't using tier 4 pets, or they're running them slow so they can grind longer. Nah, these things need to be on stun with a tier 5 pet. You put them into slave camp labor level of picking up stuff. You will feed them their crack as long as they keep doing their job of picking up all the goodies. They do that for you, you will keep supplying them with a never-ending thing of, what is it? What are they calling it now? Organic feed. I will give them their organic crack, as long as they keep picking up the goods for me. So... And then there's also just people who suck at grinding. There is just that thing. You know, that does happen. I literally watched a poor Zerker grind this place, and over 3/4 of the place was spawned in. So, there's a difference here with what I'm doing. He was running a very weird circuit. It made sense, but he was running a weird circuit. At least for what I saw. Mine, the reason why I pick this longer circuit is actually for... There are a few mobs that do not respawn right away in the normal spawn timer. By me extending it, it allows that mob to spawn basically every other rotation. Second, doing this in the place that I've done it for a Valkyrie allows me to chain the skills that I need when I need them with the least amount of stamina consumption. So it allows me to jump to these packs, pack to pack, without like burning a gigaton of stamina. But he was running and he was getting over half of this place respawning before his loop was done. Which means he was technically infinitely grinding, yes. But he could have been smacking mob packs a little bit quicker. Because, I mean, I'm from the old days of Pirate Island. I would be killing a mob when that pack right there... Wait, where's my ping? There it is. Would be spawning in. So, you know, we'd be grinding, and then that guy would be spawning in right there. We'd hit that. You know, kill this pack. That pack just spawns in. I cannot grab that tilde key for crap right now because of how this keyboard's set up. But yeah, that would be spawning in right now. That's how we would grind Pirate Island. Down to that level of efficiency of mob pack to mob pack. But you had to back then. That's how we made money. You know? But I have to grind this loop a little bit wider just to keep the stamina consumption down. As well as to get the extra mushrooms to spawn in every other, basically, rotation. And like, those three have been pulled way down there for no reason. Because their AI is completely stupid, and it went all the way down there when I clearly was not over there. I don't even know where I'm pulling them from, to be honest. I need to look. See if I can kill them before they get down there. But I would, if I was to tell somebody to come grind Polly's Force for Atanis Elements, here's what I would tell them. If you get between 5 and 7 an hour, mission accomplished, you've got the real average. Anybody who tells you they make 10 per hour consistently is 1, full of horse crap, 2, they are insanely blessed when it comes to RNG. Because I don't see that on Garmoth. And I'm like, I want it written down. Show me the written facts, show me the Carfax, and I'll believe it. But I need to see mostly 10s an hour. Welcome back. Hope your coffee is warm and delicious and doesn't taste like mud water. Which is exactly what it looks and tastes like 99.999999999% of the time. 9% of the time, mud water. There is nothing my ex-girlfriends could have ever told me. Time to get 2 modules? Yeah, totally. Like, try it, you'll like it, it's really sweet. I'm like, yeah, it tastes like sugary mud water. Your bean water is gross. Be gone with it. It smells amazing, tastes like crap. Imagine if Burst Weekend happened. Imagine. I didn't get out of that skill like I thought I did. I think I left that behind. I did. Crap. Whatever. The dildo mushroom, I'll kill it next time. I think it was invulnerable when I got into the pack, as it was just spawning in. Okay. The 3 are running from that pack, it looks like. So I'm aggroing it from this pool right here. Weird. And also, one other thing about the Prodi versus Polys thing is Prodi's trash drop is actually less in money than Polys. So your money, you actually make less money per hour if you do not get the tongue grad drop. If you get the tongue grad drop, you make more money per hour on a blanket sheet. But if you do not, you actually make less money per hour at Prodi versus Polys. That's something else that a lot of people don't take into consideration when it comes down to class versus grind spot. Because one class can go through and do better at it. Will make it look better on paper, but when it comes down to class, the same class in both grind spots, if one shows that they're consistently making more money at one spot than the other, that typically shows you it's a class thing, allowing you to earn better or worse at a spot. But the trash drops, or no, the rare drop stuff still, you know, will supersede that, you know. Obviously, if you loot 2 Tungrad rings in the hour, then yeah, you're doing way better than you ever would have done at either one of the spots without a Tungrad. So that obviously makes up for a good bit of the guesswork. Where do you use Haran? Haran is a screen wiper. That's her job. She screen wipes. So whatever stage you use for screen wiping, or you need double screen wipes, you go to Haran. And like Scarlet would be what you would do. Anything that needs screen wiping AoE type alts for a mob wipe. Other than that, she's not really that useful anymore. She's killer early game. Kind of sucks late game. Because typically there's so many other BS mechanics, it's rare you'll end up using Haran unless it's on like one stage where you just gotta double like burst the screen wipe right back to back. And like killer screen wipes too. Like we're not talking like Noir who does a good screen wipe. We mean like decimates screen wipe. Like Scarlet level. So we have 11 minutes to try to get 1 or 2 more Atanis Elements to start this hour off fine. But honestly, the fact that we started with 5 this hour is really good, because all it takes is 1 or 2 more even better hours, and we've averaged out. But I don't know, for some reason I'd like to see 5, 6 an hour easily. Probably about to have to go do weight too, because we're getting down to that 10-minute marker. So we should be getting close to weight being maxed. We should be around 25, 26,000 trash. Like high 25, low 26 when we get over there. This is normally around that 10-minute area where we start getting overweight. Honestly, I enjoy the trees grind on Valk. That's pretty cool. Achman and Hystria wasn't bad back when I did that long, long ago. let's see. What else did I enjoy? I haven't really been into any of the new spots. You see, I normally wouldn't grind for money. I would normally go do life skilling stuff for money because it's normally more profitable in certain aspects. So I just jump over and do life skill stuff. I mean, look, if people are doing 2 bill hunting, that should tell you, 2 bill an hour hunting, that should tell you grind spots can be irrelevant at times. That's also 2,000 mastery, but still. Thornwood was a pretty cool place. I've done a little bit on Valkyrie there. I've never really done the official Gyfin grind. It was cool the one time me and Narama did it, but we didn't make any money there. It was not the Gyfin we were promised, let's say that. Gyfin makes so much money an hour. It was like the best spot in the game. Shoot, I could do that faster at Centaurs. 25,000. Okay, we're on the low end for this, so we'll pick up the pace for a minute, try to see if we can curve that for the final few minutes of this hour. So we'll kick up the gas and go a little bit harder than we've been going. Maybe we get another Atanis drop, maybe we don't. See if we can't get a little more of that burst on the trash. We'll leave more behind, but we have, technically speaking, we have one of those darn things. Those are literally the most useless things in the world. I do not want to go craft that stupid costume. The fact that they litter your drop rate with that crap. I get it, it's so that people can make a costume, but like, the Karlstein is like, I know why it's in the game. The Karlstein's one of the oldest outfits in Black Desert. Every class gets it. But yeah, I'd like to find some places that are really cool for Valk to grind. But I haven't ever... Like I said, I haven't done any really of the newer grind spots. Never done anything in Dregan, never done anything really in Odalita outside of Thornwood for a couple different quest things. I haven't done... I did 1 hour at Jade Force, which was one of the worst experiences of my life. They can screw themselves on that being 1 bill an hour. I call BS. I did not have the damage to do that. That's for sure. Not like what people were saying it should be. So that's the only Jade thing we've done. I haven't been over into the new Medea region. You know, Piliku is always interesting. I hated Sulfur Mine, but as long as I stayed outside of that tunnel, it wasn't that bad. That tunnel was quite annoying to navigate through. Or the cave, I should say, of sulfur work. Most of my grinding was old school Valencia days. Thogan's was always my go-to spot for leveling back in the day. Come out 55, 56, you know, right after Awakening, go jump over to Valencia and start smacking mobs there. I don't really have a, I think probably the most difficult spot I've done consistently, quote-unquote, would be Mirmok, but that's not even difficult. impossible to get without in-game gear. Oh, because you gotta go do, what is it, the Turos? Or whatever that place is, the walking Minotaur looking dudes. Is where the other half of that costume is. And Olin's. Interesting. That's that Black Spirit looking outfit, right? I think is what y'all are talking about. Right now, you're only 285 AP. Right there with you. 293, 286. I have no idea. I've never been there outside of the main quest for Dragon. That is... I have done very little in the game when it comes to new content. I'm a desert rat at this point. And honestly, now with the lantern for Akhman and Hystria, until they make something better than that, I don't really see me ever going outside of that. Yeah, I get it. That's how most people want to grind. But there are also some, I mean, there are some that want to, like, grind brain on. Like, I get it. It could be fun with friends. Alright, we got 1 minute on this, so... get as much of that done as possible. Grab all of this. Not getting the outfit anytime soon. That's fair. Alright, we'll finish this line off right here. Alright, so hour 1 is complete. $29.8. Yeah, so I mean we hit our average. He's just like right here. Of course I land in the water. Oh, he's actually further up here than I thought he was. I thought it was just a little bit further back, but no, this is definitely where he's always been. Alright, chat, here we go. Let's slam this box. Let's get a duo Tungrad belt again. Let's do it. Ready? Nope. Voltara, Voltara Eclipse belt. Alright. Well, it was something. Duo it? Nah, I'm just selling that crap. You know how we talked about that thing, either it goes or it doesn't? Yeah, that's one of those, it's just, it doesn't. I'd rather take the 100 mil. Yeah, that's just a, it doesn't. Alright, so let's go get our 2 started up here. Alright, so let's give our pets the good stuff here. Let the good times roll, as they say. There they go. Now they're all happy, ready to go and perform to their absolute best. Repair, because I don't remember if I did that already. And shop. Let's switch this over to that. Wait. To that. Might as well get some skill EXP and go. Alright, hour 2. Let's commence the grind. Alright. So 5 is our new minimum. We need to end this hour with at least 10. Is our goal. So our last hour wasn't too shabby. It was just a little, we were slightly on the below average because I think we were just kind of warming up, getting into the grind. And we were also kind of playing it safe, seeing if we could loot just Atanis Elements just from the excess stuff we were leaving behind. So now we have a fully recovered Polly's Forest. There's nothing messed up at this point. It's all spawned back in. So it's as if nothing had ever happened, and now the great extermination shall commence. One shroom at a time, we will slowly milk these shrooms for all of their Atanis Elements. And let's see, if today was what? We started today at what? Don't remember what we started at today. 242. So we are 3 away from 250, which means we're about 2.5 days away, depending on our luck today. Whatever happens today will determine quite a bit. If this is a Monday, Tuesday thing, or if this is a Thursday thing. It'll all come down to these next 2 hours here, and honestly, what I do tomorrow will determine quite a lot. Because I do not expect to get the average of 8 point whatever of what we got yesterday. That just felt like we ran a good run. Like we ended on a high day. Oh, number 6, let's go. Worst case scenario, that's 3 per hour. Slightly below our average. Still better than half the spots that actually drop Atanis, though. That's the disgusting part. Although there's somebody at Fogan's pulling... Somebody at Fogan's is pulling like 7.1 an hour consistently. Which is, I mean, about what I'm doing. But it's like, that's one person doing it. And I'm like, I'm trying to think where are they grinding in there to be able to hit mobs that consistently. I could do it. I would just need a ranger or a Musa to do it. My ranger was great there. I liked Polly so much, or I liked Fogan so much. I did my ranger to 61 there. Yes, I did it with Marnie Stones. Back before we had a bazillion buffs. I took my ranger to 61 at Desert Fogan's. Crappy XP. I enjoyed the scrolls written in ancient language quite very much. You know, I should do some, oh, this was back before Succession was ever a thing. Awakened or Suck was not a thing then. It was just Ranger. So, it was Awakened. But I mean, I still used the bow like a absolute boss there. Because honestly, it was a combination. And that's the best way, honestly, to play Ranger. I don't care what anybody says. Having both is the best of both worlds. Because there are certain movement skills you just don't get access to with Succession. And then there's certain abilities that you just don't get without having Awakening. So, there is a middle ground there with Ranger that is just so good. Got 3 modules today. Oof. Well, at least you can roll off that damage off of her, the max ammo off of her gear now. With your lovely modules there. But yeah, when I hit 61 on a lot of my characters that were originally 61, Succession was never a thing. Succession is relatively new. I'm that old. Back when, if you wanted to use your normal Awakening, or your non-Awakening, when you used your non-Awakening, it did no damage. Then they added absolutes, and they were like, yay! Oh wait, these are still trash. Still not enough. Succession should honestly just be, they should not have had both. It should just have been Succession damage that should give us the prime skills, and been like, here's your class. Don't pick one or the other, you get to be both. That's how it should have been. I swear I used to take 2 modules to roll off. Did they change it to 1? I have no idea. I really don't. I do not remember. Because I honestly have only rolled gear once or twice, and I had so many I didn't even pay attention. Like, I think you gotta realize, I think I have like 50 custom modules just sitting right now. They may have lowered it. It may be an event, dude. Which, if that's the case, I need to go sit down on one of my characters and go roll the crap off of them. Go blow all of mine. Screw leveling up. Modernia needs love. So does Red Hood. Alright, congratulations. You unnerfed your summer anise. Ew. Nice. I would say... try to roll something on Modernia. Modernia is more important. Yes. But you only lock black lines. That's the only time you ever lock it. All right. Well, that sucks. Mission failed. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Yeah, I would. I could not. Now looking at this and how many hours we've had to put here, I don't know if I could have done this at Manship Forest. Because knowing that already in this hour and 15 minutes, we'll say, I have already pulled more out than I probably would have in the 2 hours. It's not bad there, because the money's really good and so's the EXP. I would have probably have been 65 if I'd have grinded there. When I finished both pots, I would have been 65. That would have been the difference. But level doesn't really mean anything anymore. I remember when level made everything. Just the raw innate stats that a level 60 got to a level 61 was night and day difference. We're not talking skills. I'm not talking anything like that. We were just talking the innate stats that were baked in were significantly better. And you had a much harder time killing as a 59 trying to kill a 60 or 61. Even if they were identically skilled, identically geared. Because of the innate stats that were baked in. Little freaking gremlin, get out of my way. Using these 3 hours as time where I'm not working. Stop working around dinner time. Nice. This is my break for the day. When I'm done here, I go back. Today is actually gonna be really cool. If everything goes well, when I listen to the chapter one more time today, I actually am going to do a hard print of the book, so it'll be archived and ready to edit. And that'll be, Volume 6 will be officially done. Well, officially done as in the first draft's written, the first good, clean draft is written. It makes mostly sense. I'll still find stuff 2 months later, I'll go, wait, why do I sound like a village idiot trying to talk here? Why did this pass? Why did I think this sounded good then? I swear I know grammar. I swear I passed the 2nd grade. But it'll be a good day. I'm getting 6 printed, then I can start working on 7. 7 to 11 will literally write themselves, which is great. All I gotta do is just clean up some of the stuff and they write themselves. And we're gonna get into some really fun stories. Although, I have to say, I think one of my favorite stories now has become Chapter 24. I think has become one of my favorites that I've written. There's just so much fun in that chapter. Oh, you're actually leveling her up. You're going for it. So you're gonna go 10, 10, 10 on mod. Okay. I don't blame you. You need the combat power, but God, does it suck. I don't know if I can, in good conscience, level mod to 10, 10, 10 before I get Litter's burst skill to 10. I think I need to do that first. I'm going to finish my Scarlet, and then with Scarlet done, I want to get mod done. Or when I get Scarlet, or when I finish Scarlet, I'm going to finish doing Litter's burst, so that Litter has the max burst. No, ours 677. That sounds about right. Like, I think it's only the burst skill that has to go to 10. Or it's the skill 2 that has to go to 10. One of the skills only has to go. I was the degenerate who took her 10, 10, 10. Because I was like, I simp chocolate. Blanc's 444. Blanc needs to be 777 as well, by the way. To get Blanc started, she really kind of needs to be 777. But I understand going mod. All right, we got a Marnie's research box. Make sure that we Make sure that we note that. Because I just popped it. So we might as well get credit for all the mobs we're going to be killing. See, this is why I wanted to turn it in, just in case. Whoops. This good. So that's 2 Marnie research boxes in back-to-back, literally 2 days of each other. We looted one yesterday and we looted one today. I swear, they can never loot in that first hour where I can actually complete it in the day. It's like, no, you're gonna have to do that later. Wow, somebody got the artifact. And it's not Valhalla Princess, but what do you know? Try to not level up random skills without, like... because that's still taking books away from the main unit you're working on. So try not to do that. Try not to get... even though it looks cheap, try not to do that. Sure would be nice to have audio in my left or in my right ear. I need to buy a new cable. All right, there we go. I have sound temporarily. There we go. I mean, it makes sense. Blanc is very core. Scarlet depends on what you're doing. Whatever. Got a little off, but it's fine. Tree, get out of my way. Whoop, where are we going? We're going over here. Now we go over here, grab this. The thing is I'm not even really moving my head a lot. That's how easy it is to short out. Like, right there. I've got it. Now it's gone. I mean, I know what happened. It's from where it's been pulled out, from where I'll roll over the cable. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, out of the socket. That's really what's happened to it. It's like, there's not really much I can do. To get it fixed to where it'll stay even remotely long enough to be like worth like really messing with it. But it is just annoying to hear it like all out of this one ear. Oh hey, Forest Fury. But occasionally I can get it to sit for like an hour. It's like, oh wow, stereo. So that's what that is. Whoops. I got him backwards. That's the skill. We need to go to that skill, then we go to that. Whoops. The one thing I don't want to do is that Valk's dash. Where she's just sitting there, push, 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 with the shield up. That's so bad on your stamina. She's not a Maewa, she can't do that. I need to figure a way to not pull that mushroom. How do I want to do that? That's where you know we've officially entered the stupid level of this grind where we're like, I'm pulling this one mushroom. I don't want to pull it. How do I get around pulling this every time I walk through this area? Okay. So I'm over here, they're already aggroed. I do that. I guess I just gotta kill it before I go to the back, and it stops them from being pulled. I don't really know. Alright, I would like to get at least 2 to 3 more Atanis Elements in this hour. Would be nice. This is actually starting to get a little concerning, considering how few they drop per 10 minutes. Really could use a couple right about now. I mean, we've got 30 minutes technically left in the grind, but still, or I should say of this hour. There we go. One more and we're at our 5 per hour, which is what I'm wanting to hopefully stay at the minimum of. Because from what all I can tell is if it's a 7.1 roughly per hour, even when we get into these 5 per hour, it's still, the overall grind is still performing better. It feels like so much of this crap in Polys needs to be revamped. It's like the Dew of Tranquility, which gives you the Asula accessories. The game's outgrown those already. Or Dew of Tranquil Forest, yeah. Those need to be removed from the loot pool. Like, great when the game, you know, really needed Asula back in the day, but we're far past Asula accessory days. With seasonal and the Kaposha accessories. Like, we don't need Asula in the game. Alright, there we go. We've officially hit the 5 per hour. Now anything after this starts bringing that average up over the next hour and a half. Or half an hour, I should say. Which means we're 552 now, or 252 now. 252 of 600. Alright, in 23 minutes, I would like to see 2 more to give me a great start going into the final hour. At 6 per hour starting, I would feel very confident of my results for a 3-hour grind. But I mean, even if it stops here for the hour, we're still at a good place. We just want better so that we can get out of here faster. That's all we care about. You know what I would love to do? Because I've always thought about this as a large-scale, like, idea. I know it's tinfoil is everything, but, you know, we kind of embrace the tinfoil around here. Right? I've thought about map hotspots. Where does the item drop the most while you're grinding? Is there a mob pack in the game that drops it significantly more than a mob pack that doesn't? I know, tinfoil is everything, right? But it's always weird. I get it in certain places. And another issue that would be with that is you'd want to get what mob actually dropped it. But the way I'm set up, you would never see that because of how my camera's set up and how it'd be impossible to tell. But I think one way that the devs are trying to get away from not giving out a 6th pet slot is they're trying to slow the game down grind-wise by making you forcefully kill these big, chunky, powerful mobs to make you feel like you're getting more powerful. No, I'm tired of hitting a bullet sponge. I hate when we deal with mobs like that. Like, every mob being this tanky thing you have to kill. Gets annoying after a while. Like, there's a difference between just doing what we're doing here, one-shotting everything, and spending 2 minutes to kill one mob type idea. Yeah, well, the mob's worth blah, blah, blah per kill. Well, yeah, but... You know, there's something about being able to I wouldn't say effortlessly, but cutting through the mobs at a specific speed feels good. Because I keep gearing up, and let's think about it this way. Task complete, 14 bill to spare, so you got your pen, awakening now. Did you make it or buy it? Because I know you were looking to buy it at the time. 303, 306. That's disgusting. Bought it. Nice. $142 billion. Jeez. So what's the plan for you now? Disable belt, the neck, and earring at the same time. So technically swapping 1 AP loss by the other. Okay. So where's gonna be the grind spot of choice for you? Oh. Achman? Okay. Okay, so here's a dumb question, because I haven't seen how the lantern works. Is there only one spot that the lantern works, or once you're in the lantern area, is all of Achman that system? Because, like, I've never used that lantern, and I don't really. But it's not just one spot. It's just, there are multiple inside of Achman. It's just theirs. You know, I just realized my chat bot's not working, so it's out of chat. I'll need to pull it in. Okay. So it's not like you have to compete with fighting over one lantern spot. Okay. I assume it's gonna be the places with the big rooms. That would make the most sense. Wait, that's it? You've got to be kidding me. So only one person per channel can be grinding that spot. Technically 2 people. That's BS. Because Achman can support, what? Probably about 15 different people grinding solo? Like, I mean, back in the day, you could have, you know, like 5, 6 parties totally chilling in there. But now that it's a solo spot, I mean, it's always really been a solo spot. But, you know, back in the day, you know, you could have many people because there's so many floors to that place. It's a huge place. And there's only 2 lantern slots in there? That's so dumb. Every level should have a lantern. Because I think there's, what, 8 levels to that place? I want to say it's 8 levels inside of Achman. It might be 6. Alright, probably one more lap and then we'll need to drop stuff off. It's... Yeah, so that should be at least 1 per floor. Because every floor has a room. Some have multiple rooms, but even 1 per level. So here's a question now. If I want to grind the non-lantern spot, Is it instanced from the non-lantern and lantern spots? So, like, that bottom area, I think I saw you grinding in once. That used to be a rotation on the other side of the wall, on the other side of that place. Is that now gone? So they basically essentially killed 2 floors to Akhman and Histria. Or 2 sections of Akhman and Histria. Making it smaller, right? So if I want to go chill normal Akhman, I've got to avoid the guy that's probably thinking I'm trying to take over his Dekia spot. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is it's not like Elvia, where when you hit the Elvia realm, you're in a whole new instance of players. They are not the same players that are on the... If I was to walk over to normal ogres right now, or whatever, orcs. If I was to go over there, we're not... I can stand in that center rotation, and it's just a bunch of level 20. Okay. So that's kind of an issue with how it's designed. You are in the same instance. That's kind of bad. Honestly, here's what needs to happen. It needs to go to the Elvia realm, and then you can use the lantern in the spots. That's what really should have happened. Especially if you're going to take away, like, areas that were originally... like, good. Because that bottom area of Akhman was, like, the bee's knees area to grind in. Like, that was it. That was the cool spot. That's where the cool kids. It's a lore thing. Okay, well, unlore this. It's stupid. It's dumb. Alright, I got 6 minutes to kind of catch that up. So stupid. So then that makes it to where you can't convert Akhman. You would not be able to add multiple floors to Akhman. Like, it has to be 1 or 2, which really is really bad. Like, I can see where that's gonna get into some serious issues. You know, no wonder I was seeing Choice get absolutely slaughtered back and forth in that place. I was like, why are they fighting so much? Like, dude, just, you see you lost, and then you see Choice win, you see the other guy win, and you see Choice win, and you see the other guy win, and you're like, just change channels. Or go to another lantern. Now it makes sense. Other than the guy who was just probably there to grief Choice on stream. Because, I mean, who wouldn't want to grief a streamer streaming to like 800 people at once? Things are all coming together now. One more Atanis element in this next 3 minutes would be PogChamp. I mean, all I have to do is hit 7 in the next one and we're at the same thing, but... It's also quite amusing to see that Arsha keeps up a consistent drop rate buff on that channel for the totem, or for the Land of Morning Light buff. I mean, you don't leave maybe 5 minutes without it. But this channel, I haven't seen it in days. Okay, we got about 20 seconds left. Come on, one more. Cough it up, game. Do it, 6 an hour. Which is like middle of the road. Alright, I'll kill this pack and then we'll go back to the front, go get our buff. Alrighty. So we're moving on up. Alright. One more hour, and then we're done. So we need to just average. We need to get 7 this hour to be right where I want. Seven in 1 hour would be perfect. Alright. Feed the gremlins. Repair. And, buy the buff. Alright, here we go. The final countdown of the hour. Will I walk away with 7 Atanis Elements in this 1 hour? Giving me a daily average of 6. Which, if this is the case, this proves the point that Arsha is literally the same thing. Oh no, I completely see it. I've seen the compass drop. I've seen several people slam compasses. Like, I get reinvigorating a place. Well, I'm sure if enough people complain about it, they'll actually do something about it. But the people who just complacently sit by saying, whatever, they're not going to do anything about it, then nothing ever gets done about it. Stir up enough following around it, and they'll eventually do something about it. I mean, at that point, you might as well just throw Marnie's Realm on it and be done with it. And then nobody would care. 1 hour a day, they could sit there and go grind their little hearts out. That would solve way more. Honestly, that would fix probably a good chunk of it. Let people jump in for an hour, do their little thing, especially if you're gonna leave it to 2 spots, that whole place. And that fixes half of the BS. Because that just gave you every player an instance zone for 1 hour. And if you want to keep grinding there, no life it, good luck. 180 energy so far. That's not bad. Alright. It's 1 more hour. 1 more hour. Come on. Oh, come on. Get back on buttons. Do the thing. Press the button. Go forth and kill Shroom. At some point, we will get an Atanis Element. I need to look as I'm curious if for whatever reason, yeah, we are. We'll have it by sometime next week. We'll get the MP pot. Because right now we're sitting at 253 is what we're at. much do you need for that? $14 of 93 bill. Okay. All right. So you got quite a. You think you can pull what, roughly 79 bill in a week? Jeez. I am so far behind. If you don't break any crystals, it's possible. That's... I mean, I'm almost there, too. You have to realize, up to like a month ago, I wasn't selling my Caphras, or I was selling my Caphras, too. But like, even then, I don't see how you get 80 bill in a week. Because that would mean you have to average somewhere in a normal range. If we take 80 bill, you do by 1 hour grinds. You would need 80 hours in a week to do that at 1 bill an hour. Then you kick up to 2 hours a day is 2 bill at minimum. 2 bill minimum an hour. And finally, next week is burst week. Jeez, that took him forever. Also, good morning. Good morning. Hello there. How's it going? Put this in perspective. Yes. Yeah, I did a 10-hour grind. I broke 3 rebellious crystals in a gens tier. I made 10 mil after replacing them. Okay. Oh, good. Is that their apology for not bringing it around for literally a month? Did they say something about why they held it off? Other than we wanted to make it cool so that we could say we ran it several weeks in a row. there's a developer note, then I need to read it and make a video on it. Right? Okay, here you go. Here's three weekends in a row. Now, good luck. You'll have to see it later. In another month. Which, I'm also not gonna lie, I'm also glad that I'm only, you know, one piece away from being able to sell my Caphras eternally ever again. Never will need another Caphra stone until they're like, surprise! Now you can Caphra your Black Star weapon. Now you can Caphra your new armor. For the month of February, we're going to be giving out Burst Weekend, to then take it away for all of March and the beginning of April. So that April Fools, you thought you were getting a Burst Weekend. Nope, not again, because we make some weird decisions from time to time. Your birthday month present? Pfft, mine! I was here first. Get out my month. Fine, I'll share. But I was here first. Get away. Respect your elders, Sonny. Nice. Nice. Oh wait, no, there's the Streamlabs bot. Y'all just weren't talking enough to trigger it. Holy crap. See, I'm about to have to go back in and check to see if I need to reactivate it. We triggered the triggers! It now will run. Not that it really is needed. But still. It was asleep. It was eternally sleeping is what it was. Oh, because of the stupid beta for they didn't want to mess it up and accidentally loot us with a bazillion skill books. Oh my gosh. What a crime that would have been. For us to actually have like gotten some skill books. Oh. Oh yeah, I was curious. I don't know if Valhalla Princess saw this. soonTM. After that, I only need to earn whatever I earn doing this pot, and then buy the rest. And then it's eternally selling Caphras. Hooray! Hey! Now buy Miss Piggy all sorts of fun things. All right. Man, if only Atanis Elements dropped like masses of pure black magic, that would be nasty. I mean, they're not really that hard to find. Unless your name's Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder. They're not that hard to find. Occasionally there's a one or two where they pagally put one in. I'll admit that. There's a few that really make you question humanity of why they're sitting where they're sitting. Outside of that, they're not that hard to find. Interesting. Yep, that is exactly my thought. Learn the language. It just sounds better. Shut up, weeb. Get out of here. YouTube just got a tongue grad earring. Congrats, YouTube. I didn't know you were grinding, YouTube. Imagine that, chat. You're grinding. Alright. We got 30 minutes left. If I can get 2 Atanis Elements in the next 30 minutes, this was a PogChamp run. Anything more than that, it's good. Server lag? Much? See, look at that. I've looted 2 black max two black masses within basically 3 packs. That's what I'm saying, is if they could up the drop, if they could change the drop rate to be massive pure black magic level, it wouldn't be bad. I'll grab it. I have it on Twitter. Plus, it's on the website. I know where to go. I got it. I'll probably make a video on it tomorrow. You hear all my spicy takes, so grab the hot sauce and get ready to rumble! You heard it here first, YouTube chat. Tomorrow I'll record a video. Hear me, Gerd. Give me Atanis.
That mushroom right there is probably the shroom that was going to give me an Atanis element. Going back to kill one. Whew. Oh, and I still gotta do this for another, like, 2 weeks, too. That's the horrible part. See, that guy, I do not get why he goes invulnerable. Cannot kill him. Alright. 20 minutes. 2 more Atanis elements. 20 minutes. Let's go. Average says we should at least hit 1 more. Guaranteed 1 more in this 20 minutes. Nice. What's their thoughts on it? They enjoying it? Are they enjoying the culture? The wonderful culture of Nikkei. Yep. Somebody saw the first cutscene. Well, at least we know they're invested in the story now. Get 2 times the nothing? Oh, I can't wait either. Oh yeah, they'll give you double T9 manufacturers. It'll be Pilgrim and Abnormal. And it'll be Pilgrim Defender and just Abnormal. Well, aren't you special? Even then, you only need one set over. Or only one set until Charm shows up. Or not Charm, Crown. At least we think Crown will be the defender. Want Doro to come home? Well, I'm sure Doro will come. Doro will come. He failed immediately? Too bad you'll never be able to get that skin. Because they do not rerun skins in this game. If you want it, you better buy it while it's there. If not, it will never get rerun. Our favorite punching bag. It's probably not a bad idea. Because Rapunzel doesn't really... She doesn't need it for most of the stuff she's in. would be nice if we could get an Atanis Element. Alright, final 10 minutes. Now, something I need to consider too is I actually have pity pieces. So I need to go look at which ones I own, because I might be able to cut down this grind a little bit. Because it's not, you're not getting the full piece by exchanging 100. You get 100 little pity pieces that you've then got to make the bigger piece from, is the way I read it. So you trade in 100 of this, 100 of that, and 100 of this, and you get the actual thing to make the big pieces. It's not like you turn in 300 and you get, or 3 100s and you get the 3 full pieces. It's not what I'm reading. It's gonna make me worry about it all the way to the very end. I know it, and it's gonna be like, all of a sudden it's gonna be a Atanis Element, and I'm gonna be like, well, that's how they do it, right at the last minute. Or we just end with 14 today, because RNG. And tomorrow we have a good day, and then the next day we have an alright day, and then the next day we have a day. The next day we're like, oh my gosh day. You know, that's how it goes when you're dealing with an RNG item like this. But I'm sure we'll loot like 5 more massive pure black magics. You know, it's not like I don't have 1,000 of them just sitting around. Well, in just a few minutes, I'll be starting reading my chapter one more time. And then I print the entire book. And it's time to edit it. Why does that thing stay invulnerable for so long? Holy crap. It's so annoying about that thing. Like, it pops instantly when you hit it. But it's while it's in that invulnerable state. Oh, that's annoying. Nope, it's really gonna go down to 4. It's gonna go down, and we're gonna end up with 14 for today. It will not give up that final one. Yeah, you hit some, you lose some. Or maybe really in the last 2 minutes it'll be like, oh wait, here's like 5 more. I've seen it happen. We've literally been through rotations where in one rotation we loot 3 or 4. And here's the funny thing. If I go to dinner tonight, there's a good chance that I can come back and bring this day up to 6, 7 an hour. It's so weird. That's what's nuts about doing the Atanis grind. Is like we may end it bad, but then I may end the day really good. Because all it takes is one run to completely flip a day. But it is quite funny how dry it's been over the last 30 minutes. I don't even think we looted one in the 30 minutes. All right, we'll finish these up and then we're done. All right, there we go. We're done for the day on stream. Alright, so we looted 14. 12 short from what we did yesterday, but yesterday was also one of the very rare scenarios. To loot 9, literally one short of 9 an hour is very weird. And that's also with a very limited buff too. That's not repeatable. Okay, so let's get this set up. All right, we did 3 hours. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chest plates. We have 4 boots. Let's see here. 8. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 64, 65, 66, 67. Should be 67. All right. Then we had 35, 36, 127, 114, 144, 237, 85, 14, 147, 51, 22, 7, 2, 1. Looted a Marnie Stone. Didn't get any artifacts. And then we earned 90,976 trash. Alright, and that's 427 mil without, or mil per hour without pity pieces. All right. Save grind. Whoops. Forgot to put the Atanis back in. 14. Edit. So we're at 6.8 Atanis per hour still. Is our actual average. So we're doing all right. We're still at... We're a little short on this per hour. The average is 700-ish mil, but we're doing all right. We're actually averaging 29 Kafirs an hour here. I've actually looted 3 Marnie stones. We're getting one every 0.16 hours. We're getting a greater Marnie stone. All right. Oh, hey, there's Narama. We're gonna grab this real quick, and we're gonna pull all those stones out. And I need to figure out what I'm gonna start doing with these things. If I'm gonna start just selling them, or if I'm gonna keep breaking them down. I don't know what I want to do yet. Because, like, at what point is too many?
There are lots of things that can be bought with money, but wouldn't a nice hot supper be true happiness?
All right. Pity pieces while we're here. Valia. So I have 2 of these. Versus, what does it say here? So, Valtara's memory, Narc Solstice. Blood Wolf's Oath. Dragon Fang. Okay, so I do own some of the pity pieces, so we can help cut down. I mean, little to near none, but still, that's technically better than... Means basically we're saving ourselves potentially a half an hour or an hour of grinding at this point. Woo. Half an hour of grinding with what we're doing? Nah, I'm good. We got 25 hours logged at Polly's now. It's a bit much. Alright, so let's check this, make sure I got this right. 20. 40, 60, 67. And I wrote it in as 67. All right, good. So those are done. Put those in there, put those in there. Put those up, put those up, put those up. So fat.
One lapis lazuli and one hammer are all I need to fix anything.
All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and turn our pets off, even though I will have to probably full feed them later.
Are you here to pick your item?
Okay, first off, pop that in there. Boom. 256. So let's see if I can get that up to at least 260 tomorrow. Or by tomorrow. Put that piece in there. That needs to go in there. That needs to go in there. And then Serendia. Let's put that up. That goes in there. Did I put the forest breaths in the... Yes, I think I switched it. Medea to Tarif. We put in the Blackstones. Caphras, Caphrodust. Pop that in there. We go to the Great Ocean, where this is getting out of hand. I've got 400 Narc. That will never... don't know if I'll ever go through all those. But hey, if I do... They're just not that good to run. But I'll run them. Thankfully we can do 5 at a time.
When the work is finished, I will have supper at Luancy's Inn. Heidi's food is really delicious and comes
Because they should be right, yep, there. Alright. Go get that put over in where it belongs.
Absolute perfection of hard work.
And Glish. Be nice to be able to get 27 bill out of this. I'd be able to make some upgrades. Alright, we're gonna ride her. Let's see. We got Nuver in 3 hours, so let me go ahead and set a 2 hour and 40-minute timer there. So I don't forget Nuver, because I keep forgetting that crap. Let's go ahead and start you riding over to this area. So we can do that boss. I don't want it to downgrade. Trying to keep these things ripped at the highest version possible. So again, trying. Doesn't mean I always... I haven't let it downgrade really since we got back on this. So we'll probably do this Monday. We'll pop this. And do the 3 hours. We'll see. All right. So let's go ahead and
get X and YouTube shut down, and then we'll go find somebody to raid here on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. It's been a week. It's been a week, that is for sure. We will be back on Monday morning, and we'll continue on the grind. At some point next week, we will get the MP pot, so that'll be worth the grind. That'll be good. And then we're down to the final 300. Hooray! And then we're gonna take a break from BDO. We'll do some other stuff, and chill out on some other stuff while we figure out our next move in BDO. But yeah, I'm definitely getting there. So y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you guys Monday morning, 7 a.m., 3 hours ago your time, and we'll see y'all then. All right, YouTube shut